All right, you're welcome back to the Balanced Diet of Entertainment this morning. Now, if you check your logo, you can see say this level don't enter now one exciting level because it concerns waiting you and I. They use they chop, they sleep, they do waiting, they sit down for house, so they do even better enjoyment when that time reach because they say all work and no play. They make Luchi or Nigeria cast a very dummy girl, and that's not why we get this very casual person where they come outside chook mouth in the eye of business. Our vice president don't talk his own. He don't tell us what they do for our country. We get people to for even inside this country where they try hella people. Make sure say as they start, they no go fail. As 80% of businesses where they start in the first 18 months, they crash and they fall. Pata pata, it can't be like say devil gas for their junction, but that shall not be your portion. That's not why we get Gbenga Bamiji inside the studio, in a business consultant, and is also a fellow chartered accountant with us. This is a person when a Sabinos for the industry. Good morning, Mr. Gbenga.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So straight up, inside ACB, so we get plenty businesses. In fact, if you go CAC, people, they register almost on a daily basis, whether it's sole proprietorship or whether it's a limited liability company or whether it's NGOs. But we get people who register businesses. And when people start, they're excited to start them. But you see, say down the line, in less than 2 years, according to waiting our statistics, they talk, they say 80% of businesses will start within 18 months, they fail upon starting, just within starting level. Why we get that kind of statistics around the world, and why is it peculiar to Nigeria?
Okay, why businesses fail, especially at startup, we've been made to understand that businesses at the startup level is called introductory stage of every product life cycle, because every product, every business, even life itself is a life cycle, and it's about 4 stages. You come to the introductory stage, you come to the growth, come to maturity, and then there's a point that is called decline. But you see that some businesses just run through these 4 stages within the first 6 months, first 12 months, first 18 months of their existence. So it means that they run from introductory stage, which is probably is expected to be like 2 years, 3 years before they stabilize, and then there is believability of their product, and the whole world knows their product, and then they move on to begin to increase their prices, and they get more profit. But you see what happens. There's so many reasons for it, and it's peculiar to Nigeria. We have generic reasons, and then we have what is special or what is peculiar to Nigeria. Let's come back to Nigeria. Now, what is peculiar to Nigeria, why businesses fail, is, it's just like human being that is born into the world. There are so many reasons you have premature children. There are so many reasons you have some stillbirth. There are so many reasons that some children don't go beyond 1 month, and 2 months and 3 months and not like that. Now, when you look at that and you apply it to businesses, at the point of kickstarting your business, when the objective is wrong, right from the concept designing stage, that business is meant to fail. In fact, before some businesses start, they have failed already because the wrong objective is taken. If you define the objective of your business in a wrong way, you'll be shocked that the main objective of any business should not even be profit.
So you mean say person who wants to start business now may know they think of the money we go gather for front. Make it think of value way if you give anybody we won't come buy into in business.
Exactly.
And not the profit way if you gather.
Because the value will bring the virtues, or what we call profits, at the end of the day. As we're giving the value, Microsoft said he didn't want to make profit. He was only doing computers. He wanted every 5 houses to have computers in each of the houses. And at the end of the day, it was making hell of profit. So the profitability objective is not the first objective. The first objective, you have productivity, you have reaching out to people. You want to, because you also need to understand whether your product is new in the market. That's why I said the objective is in a new product in an existing market, or this product has already been existing. You're only redefining it, and you are moving into a new market, or you get in the existing market. For example, what sells more in the northern part of Nigeria may not sell in the southern part of Nigeria or in the southwest of Nigeria. So if a product is meant for northern part of Nigeria and I'm bringing it to the western part of Nigeria, it may not go well. So when you have a well-defined objective, the business may not fail because you still have to follow it up. Number 2 is you also have policies that affect businesses. Businesses are affected by government policies that change over time, and it's peculiar to Nigeria. I must be sincere with you. Some guys will just come to Nigeria, foreign direct investment, which some of us do. They want to establish in Nigeria. They have a very good intention. But at the end of the day, you discover that the policy just changed overnight, and it affects everything they have done. They have to pack and go. I've met clients that they've established like 3 businesses in Nigeria, and they had good intention, but they had to pack up. The 4th one, they said, if this one fails, I'm leaving Nigeria, and I'm leaving completely. And they are Nigerians. They said, I would rather go and establish it in another country where I believe that government policy and the environment will support what I do.
But you see, despite these government policies what they hear, despite the environment what they talk of, where it be like, say, you know, they support certain businesses, we still get businesses where they go against all odds, where still they come outside successful. If you be say that they struggle on the inside,
yes.
but on the outside, you be like, say, their coat where they wear, not be lab coat kind level. It be like, say, a tuxedo kind, gated tailor kind tuxedo, I be suits where they not for, but they come make people they wonder, exactly, come make people they wonder, say, we did the same industry, we they do the same thing, we get the same kind of customer. But me, I they wear lab coat, you they wear tuxedo, and are still the same environment. Yeah. Waiting they happen for that kind of competition, for that kind of market or industry. Okay,
so that comes back to, because there are so many reasons why businesses fail anyway. Structure is also very key. And when you have structure, because the reasons they fail can be quantitative and they can be qualitative. When you have a very good structure, you have the right person in the right place.
When they talk structure now, because I talk the level of Mishai person. I talk the level of person where they feed they sell body. Or they talk the level of person where feed they sell SUYA. Because now when they talk structure, you go make people they what they watch, some of them they talk say, this one maybe they talk of a corporate organization, or maybe they talk of a furniture company them or manufacturing. When they come down now to the MSM, is that the micro, small, medium enterprise. Yes. For those kind of person where they sell SUYA now, you want to say you need to repackage yourself?
Do you know that those guys have a better structure than some of us?
SUYA person?
Yes.
Where they sell SUYA?
Do you know?
And you wear the wear coat?
Yes. I'll tell you the truth.
Really?
My father was a roadside mechanic. And he sent us to school with that same money, with that same mega money. But you know, some of these guys, the way they structure their business, they plow back their profit into the business. They know they know the right place to get their raw materials. They know the right channel to distribute their product at every time. They know how to negotiate for credit. They know how to negotiate for discount, whether trade discount or cash discount. Well, some of us don't do that. We don't understand that. Some of these roadside people, why they still exist is because they understand the business environment more than some of us. Some of them have been there, they've had, some of them have been there over thick and thin, and they're still existing. Why? They have that stability, the mind of stability that whatever happens, this is the business I want to do. The guy that sells Bolly, when this is rainy season, he wants to sell another product, farm produce. When it's another season, it moves to another product. They understand the terrain, so they know what suits you. And they go everywhere. Some of them get hawkers to move around. Some of them get distributors to also move around. Some of them can give you their product, and you think they're just nice. They're not necessarily nice, but because they know that when they keep supplying to you, they keep getting their product. So some of these guys may not document their structure. It may not be corporately driven. It may not be in the real sense of it. They have structure. You have one guy that is wearing coat or suit like me. You have one person where they wear tie. No, they may not be like that. But they have a good structure that withstands every storm. Their distribution channel is strong. Their price, they can make decisions on their prices at the instantly. Some of us need to set up a meeting. We need to go to the boardroom. We need to speak English, protocol, bureaucracy, unnecessary. But some of these guys will just say, okay, the guys in Ladikpo, oh, how much do you want to sell that part? It's 200 naira. Now bring 229, we bring 180. The guy, Oga, now 180, the small boy, the apprentice, has the right to say 170 naira. It's okay, you know what, just pay 150 since you are buying 10. Right there. Some of us have to write memo. You have to send,
emails or text messages.
You understand? Those are the things that draw back business. And while you are doing that, the guy that wants to buy the product has actually gone. And when the business does not make turnover or revenue, the business is bound to fail because there is a threat to the going concern of that business already.
Now, if you look also, because nowadays they hear people, when people they come outside, they try to talk and they try to encourage young people into entrepreneurship, they talk about the power of collaboration. Now, we don't see how collaboration don't go well. We don't see how collaboration don't go badly. Even the big companies today, now a lot of them, they do collabo, where we feel that they see them on the outside, but on the inside, they hear collabo. Our banks, at some point, they had to do merger and acquisition on top of them. That one also another level of collabo.
Yes.
But talk about collabo between small businesses and how to be smart in collaborations between individuals or between companies.
So collaborations between companies can come in two ways. It can come when you are in the same line of service or line of production or line of business. It can also come when you are coming from different line of business. Number two is that the two of you are combining strength, you are combining capacity, you are combining experience. So number three is the resources that you're going to put in, you have to define it. Am I bringing in money? You know, some of us don't understand that some people don't bring money into businesses. What they are bringing is their experience. What they are bringing, yes, intellectual capacity, which you can actually not value, quantify. Some of them, what they are bringing into the business is just access to the market. Exactly. And you are not saying, how will I give you 10%? You are not bringing any money now to the business. Then put your money on the table and the chair and let that money be producing for you. So when you value each person's contribution, that is the first point. And then you have an agreement to that effect that, okay, by virtue of this contribution, and then we measure, Nigeria, we use sentiments for a lot of things. Sentiments especially in business, emotional aspect of business will ruin businesses. You don't bring sentiment into business. The white man doesn't do that. What the white man does is, I give you A to do, can you produce, can you bring this? If you cannot, after reviewing your contribution in about 2-3 months, and you're not able to make contributions, so excuse me, I need to let you go.
Last question where I get, for any startup, you can encourage any startup person when they start up a business to actually do collaboration or work hand in hand with a family member or to bring family member into the business for a startup?
See, there is no cast in stone. Because
with the talk sentiment here, that's yes. a classical example of sentiment in business, bringing in family member or whether or not to bring in family member.
Yes, like I said, it's not a cast in stone that whether you bring family members or you don't bring in family members. Some businesses have brought in family members and they'll be well run because the family members are experienced, they're professional, they run it as a business, though they are family. Each of them has a salary that he or she gets. You don't just access the money of the company because you're a family member.
So in other words, now about waiting the person if you do performance, whether I'm a member or not be a member, can you do the
Can
work?
You do this? Because if the business dies, all of us will suffer. So it's not a matter of, she's my sister, and so I need to just give her a job, and she doesn't pass through the... We have seen some guys who have trained their children, made them rise through thick and thin, rise through the ranks, and they become MD. Yes, their promotion may be faster than others, but at least they have developed their capacity to lead. They've imbibed it in them. So you can bring in family members, but you have to be very careful. Everything has to be well agreed and well spelled out. This is business. This is not a family affair.
Exactly. You don't talk this na business, not be family affair. So no sentiments when it comes to business. Bring the people where you know say if you carry your market from that level where you did to the next level where your eye they enter. Remember, say they start business just as Mr. Gbenga talk, not for profit, but for the value where you get to give to the person. When you see that one, at that time the money go follow for back. Thank you so much, Mr. Gbenga, for that contribution.
Thank you so much
Mr. Not learned a lot on top of this very short time we'll spend.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.